Okay, so I don't really know anything about the Cancer type. So this will be, I don't even know what type of sign it is, and you don't have to tell me yet. All I see so far is nostalgia. So there's going to be something to do with nostalgia, clearly, because I can see there's a purpose for why he's got the date down here and then the name of it, because it's like an old camcorder, and then you have the old radio that, we listened to in the olden days. So there's some sort of nostalgia going on, but I won't know more until I press play. So that's what we're going to do.
She said she's a cancer, moves just like a dancer. Hips are always swinging like mood. Always now and never. I love you forever, baby. I can't live without you. Oh.
Hips are swinging like the mood. So that already tells me that heightened emotions can appear as mood swings, but the hips thing is like maybe they're very flirtatious in a way, or maybe like they like to express themselves with physical movements, like dancing. I don't know yet. We'll find out. That's just what I get off of it.
I'm glad you picked that up.
Yeah, okay, okay. We'll keep going.
Need her each and every night. Oh, I'm dancing in the moonlight. Sweet like summer, sapphire eyes, smooth like water, lips on mine.
It's a water sign.
Yep. And did you catch dancing in the moonlight?
Oh, moonlight. Oh,
So it's ruled
no.
by the moon.
So yeah, yeah. Okay, I definitely get it so far. I wouldn't have gotten the moon thing because you knew that. I definitely didn't, but that makes sense. I'm gonna keep going.
Always be falling for her unconditionally.
Additionally. It's easy to pick up on.
It's more than she's taking, but don't be mistaken. If you turn away, she'll cry on cue. Girl would win an Oscar just to prove she's got ya. But nobody loves her like you. Oh, I need her each and every night. Oh, I'm dancing in the moonlight. Oh, sweet like summer, sapphire eyes, smooth like water, lips on mine. I'll forever always be falling for her unconditionally.
Unconditionally.
I need her each and every night. Oh, I'm dancing in the moonlight. Sweet like summer, sapphire eyes, smooth like water, lips on mine.
I like the octave up.
Always be falling for her unconditionally.
And then the blue text kind of looks like fluid water in a way. All right.
So you already kind of caught on to that. Yes, it is a water sign. And like I said, it's ruled by the moon. And so you got on there too that there are emotions involved. This is the part
Would you
of us that, go ahead.
would you say heightened emotions, or were you about to say something different?
Yeah, it could definitely be heightened emotions. It's ruled, or it's symbolized by the crab. And so if you think about a crab, yes, but also what happens when they get scared or what happens when they get, they go in their
Money, money,
shell,
money,
right?
money, 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 money. No, I mean it is kind of funny. I just think of Mr. Krabs hermiting the way he does
Of course.
when he freaks out.
They go inside their shells and it's protective, right?
Yep.
So it happens, yes.
It's a hard shell.
Can have a little bit of a tough exterior. But yeah, I love that you picked up on the hips are swinging like her mood. That's actually more about the mood swings than the hips.
Well, and
It's
I
actually,
picked up enough. I just didn't know if there was a double meaning because he's been
yes.
known to do that so far.
I mean, no, because Cancer actually rules the chest and the breast because it's the moon, the mother. Sagittarius is actually what's related to the hips,
Oh,
which we'll get to. But yeah, so Cancer is definitely the more sensitive parts of us. It's our inner world. It's how we connect to our inner identities. And it's also, where we connect to our emotions. Cancers are known for definitely being strong lovers, like love you strong and a bit unconditionally, want to be loved that way as well. I have a Venus in Cancer, so I absolutely want to be loved fully and unconditionally.
I could
Um,
see that correlation.
Unfortunately, sometimes that's what catches us in codependency. So
Yeah,
that's one of the challenges that, that can come along with that.
it is interesting to know the challenge of each type too.
As we talked about with Aries, as it's the emergence and it's the I'm becoming, it's sometimes I'm acting without direction, which is why it needs that feedback from Libra that I was talking about. Taurus is that self-preservation, but sometimes then it doesn't realize it's too self-reliant and it isn't able to be vulnerable.
Enough
Gemini,
to get help, like, and I can see
yes,
like
to ask for help
when
when it needs
Violet
it.
gets just yeah won't like I have to remind her to speak her mind, and she's gotten so much better. She's coming into her own, which is good to see. I'm still gonna ask if you're okay because you're allowed to not be okay.
And you're allowed to ask for help. Yeah, you're allowed to say, I need some support here.
Going back to Cancer, I can see that being your, what'd you say, your moon?
Venus. So how I
Venus.
relate,
So what house is that?
my needs, it's in my fourth house,
Okay.
but not everybody, because I'm an Aries rising, so my houses line up with the natural zodiac. Not everybody's has that. So the houses at this point we really haven't talked about because it depends on your time of birth, how your houses line up. So right now we're really just talking about the signs and
Okay.
mostly talking about the sun. I just happened to bring that up because I know my chart well. And Venus, we talked about Venus ruling Taurus. Venus also rules another sign that we'll get to, but that's all part of our needs as well. So my Venus in the sign of Cancer, I need that unconditional love. I need that physical connection. I need that knowing that I'm supported, and yeah, that's
Is
a
there
big part.
where's that fall, if at all, in mine?
So for you, you have a Pisces rising, but Aries is a big part of your first house. And so I believe that you do have Cancer partially in your fourth house and your fifth, but you don't actually have any Cancer placements. Like there's nothing,
Oh,
no planets in there. But it's if it's in your fourth house, that is the deepest part of our chart. Like that is the Cancer house.
so you think
And
it might
so,
be or it is?
no, it is. It is in the natural zodiac. In yours, I want to say that your fourth house starts with Gemini and moves into Cancer. You'd have to see the chart to
So
actually,
it can blend too. It's not like, oh
yes.
geez, so that gets
Now
even more
some
intricate.
some places, yeah, I know. Whole house system or whole sign house system is where it's the whole sign equals the whole house. But I use porphyry house system. That's just the one that I use. And that means that the houses and the signs don't have to be equal.
Well, because it sounds like you'll get more of an accurate reading.
That I find with the paradigm that I use with evolutionary astrology, this is the best house system for that particular paradigm, for that type of interpretation.
Well, the only one that makes sense to me so far, so we're gonna go with that.
But yes, I mean, you have a strong Venus placement, and your moon is conjunct Venus, which I know people that don't know astrology are thinking that I'm just talking jumbled words. But when we get to a particular sign, I'll tell you a little bit more about it, and I think it'll make more sense to
All right, yeah, let's move on to the next.